The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zixthar displayed the holofeed. 300 species, representing civilizations spanning 47 galaxies, stared at the impossible images flickering before them. A young human female stood atop a mountain peak, arms spread wide, grinning at the camera. Behind her, electrical storms crackled through clouds that would corrode the hull of any standard vessel. The data overlay confirmed atmospheric pressure that should have crushed her lungs. Temperature readings fluctuated between extremes that would boil water and freeze carbon dioxide. "Impossible," hissed the Krillian delegate, its crystalline form refracting the hollow light into nervous patterns. Elsa's recorded voice echoed through the chamber. "Day 47 on K2. Oxygen's a bit thin up here, but the view is worth it. Farhat, you're buying dinner when we get back down." The camera panned to reveal a young man securing climbing equipment to rock face that registered as chemically toxic. He laughed, his breath forming clouds in air that the readout confirmed was -40°C. "Only if you admit I reached the summit first yesterday." Ambassador Zixthar's tentacles quivered with what the translation matrix identified as profound disturbance. 6 cycles ago, the Council had officially declared Earth a Class 13 Deathworld and humanity extinct. The decision had been unanimous, inevitable even. The planet's statistical profile alone warranted immediate quarantine. Gravity, 1.2 times standard, enough to snap the bones of most species. Atmosphere, 21% oxygen, a concentration so violently reactive it was classified as industrial solvent by 40 species. Tectonic activity, catastrophic. Weather systems, apocalyptic. Radiation exposure from the parent star, carcinogenic to 87% of known life. Then there were the biological hazards. Microorganisms so aggressive they dissolve tissue, predators at every scale. From microscopic parasites to multi-ton apex hunters. Plants that evolved chemical warfare as their primary defense mechanism. The oceans alone contained enough dissolved salt to poison standard biology, teeming with creatures carrying venoms capable of killing a Thoraxian battle beast in minutes. The probe had been sent as a formality, really. Standard protocol for Deathworld classification required evidence of no survivors. When Earth went silent during the Great Stellar Storm, when their primitive communication arrays went dark and remained so for 3 standard cycles, the Council had performed the calculations. No technology at humanity's level could survive such electromagnetic devastation. The mathematics were certain. "Continue the recording," Zixthar commanded, though every instinct screamed to stop. The feed jumped forward. Elsa now stood in shallow water, sunlight dancing across waves. The temperature reading showed 35°C. She held something small and blue-ringed against her palm. "Look at this little guy," she cooed at the creature. "Blue-ringed octopus. Venom can kill you in minutes. Isn't it beautiful?" Beside her, Farhat laughed as he filmed what the database identified as a box jellyfish drifting past. "Yeah, but remember that time you accidentally grabbed a stonefish? I was wearing thick gloves. You still screamed. It hurt." The Council members shifted uncomfortably. The translation matrix struggled to process the emotion in those words. Pain, acknowledged, accepted, almost celebrated. The recording continued through scenes that violated every assumption about survivable environments. Elsa and Farhat descended into cave systems where the air itself was toxic. They swam in waters where pressure should have liquefied their organs. They hiked through regions where the temperature differential between day and night exceeded the total climate range of most habitable worlds. And they smiled. They laughed. They took selfies. "Here's the old communication array," Farhat's voice narrated as the camera panned across twisted metal and shattered circuits. "The storm took out everything. Took us 4 years, but we got the backup systems running last month. Figured the galaxy might want to know we're still here." 4 years. The Council had declared them extinct after 3. "We knew you'd probably given up on us," Elsa said, suddenly addressing the camera directly as if she could see through time and space to this very chamber. "But humans don't give up easily. We're stubborn like that. Also, we really wanted to share what we've been doing." The feed shifted to show hundreds of humans, thousands, working together, rebuilding, surviving on a world that the galaxy's best scientists had deemed uninhabitable to complex life. Children played in environments that required hazmat suits for Council observers. Elderly humans tended gardens where the soil was classified as toxic waste. "We received your probe's ping," Farhat continued. Figured you were checking if anyone survived. So we loaded it up with some photos, videos, proof of life. Tell the council that Earth is doing fine. Better than fine, actually. We've started exploring the deeper ocean trenches. Elsa's team is planning an expedition to study the supervolcanic regions. And I'm leading a group to establish a permanent base in the Sahara. The Sahara. The database flagged it. Surface temperature regularly exceeded 50 degrees Celsius. Virtually no water. Sandstorms that could strip hull plating. We know Earth seems dangerous to most species, Elsa said, her expression softening. But it's our home. It made us what we are. Tough, adaptable, persistent. We've survived ice ages and asteroid impacts, plagues and famines. A stellar storm? That's just Tuesday for humanity. She grinned at the camera again. That impossibly cheerful expression that the council was beginning to recognize as quintessentially human. So, don't write us off so easily next time, okay? Humans are hard to kill. We're looking forward to proper first contact. We have so much to share, and we have questions. So many questions about the galaxy out there. Farad appeared beside her, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. Oh, and sorry about the radio silence. We'll try to keep in better touch. Elsa, anything else? Yeah, she said, eyes bright. Tell the council that Earth is open for visitors. Though, fair warning, you'll probably want to bring some serious environmental protection. And maybe some courage. She winked. Welcome to the Deathworld, neighbors. We saved you a spot by the campfire. The recording ended. Ambassador Zixthar stared at the frozen image of two young humans, standing fearlessly on a world that could kill most council members within hours. The chamber remained utterly silent. Finally, the Krillian delegate spoke, its voice carrying a note of what might have been respect. Perhaps we should recalibrate our definition of impossible. Zixthar's tentacles curled in agreement. Humanity wasn't extinct. They had simply been doing what they always did. Surviving, thriving, finding joy in places where joy should not exist. The galaxy would need to make room for a species that called Deathworlds home. And somehow, impossibly, Zixthar found itself looking forward to meeting them.